Greetings, everyone. Today we will talk about self-introduction. In our life, we have to introduce ourselves in many occasions, in many events, in front of many different types of people. And introducing oneself is a very critical thing. It makes us nervous, and many times we are not sure what to say about ourselves. So let's see what are the things that we can keep in mind in order to at least introduce oneself properly. We may have to introduce ourselves in many different scenarios, in many different places. Like, for example, if you're in your classroom at the beginning of the year, you may have to introduce yourself in your classroom. You will meet many new friends. Your teachers may also want to know personally. So it can be your classroom, it can be the assembly, or it can be a new teacher who does not know you, or it can be a friend. Later, you may have to introduce yourself in job interviews and, large events like, in schools we have Parents' Day, and if you're taking part in any of the items and if you're on the stage, you may have to introduce yourself. And many times we meet people. Some of them can be strangers. So in order to start a conversation, you have to introduce yourself, right? Things like that. So those are the places. Let's talk about the first thing that we have to keep in mind while introducing. The first thing should be greetings, okay? Greetings. Now, greetings is the part that we begin with. When we meet for the first time, when we see somebody first time, we say something in order to greet them. Things like hi, hello, this and this are a greeting part. Now, again, this greeting part, we have to be careful because there are many words which we use in greetings, but this can be categorized in two different categories, formal and informal. So informal, we can say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This you already know. And you can also say namaste because you are Nepali. And if you are in Nepal and you know that the people you are talking to understands this, then you can also say namaste. And any other greetings type that you know of, if you're in different country and then they can use that. Even if you're speaking English, you can use that as a greeting because they will understand that, right? Good day, which is old-fashioned. I heard we don't hear many people use this nowadays. Australians use this, but in British, it is old-fashioned. I'm not British, but I heard so, okay? So anyway, good day is there, but it's not used often. And then do not say good night. Even if you're meeting somebody for the first time and it is nighttime, but don't say good night when you are meeting for the first time. Because good night means goodbye. So say this when you are departing. Say this when you're going away in the evening, okay? So at the time you can say good night, but don't say you're meeting in the evening and hello, how are you? Good night. Don't say that. Okay. Then comes informal greetings like hi, hey, here, yo. Yo. It's very popular nowadays because of hip-hop culture. What's up? And maybe there are many others which you may have created. But you see, these are informal. So we do not use these informal situations. So be careful with this. After that, you say your name. So there are many different ways one can say names, your names. So you can say, I'm Raj, I'm Indu, if you're a girl. Or you can say, my name is Raj, or my name's Raj. This is Raj, or this is Indu, okay? These are some ways of saying your name. Then you say about the place where you come from, okay? So you can say, I'm from, if you're from Nepal, you can say, I'm from Nepal, okay? Or you can say, I'm Nepali, which means you are from Nepal, right? Or I'm from Nepal. Or you can say, I came from Nepal, but now I am, if you're in a new place, or I come from Nepal, or I come from some specific place in Nepal. If let's say you're from Pokhara, I'm from Pokhara, so I can say I come from Pokhara, right? Sometimes people are born in some other places and they are brought up in some other places, or some people were born in another place and they are currently living in another place. So in those cases, you can use phrases like, I was born and raised in, for example, I was born and raised in India, right? But now I'm based, or now I'm living in Pokhara. I was born in India, but raised in Nepal, right? Or I was born in Kathmandu, but raised in Pokhara. You can also say that. Or I can say, I grew up in Leknath, but now I live in Gorkha, right? Let's say you're from Gorkha, okay? I'm original from Gorkha, but now I live in Pokhara. I've been living in Kathmandu for some years, but now I live here. In the past, I have lived in Kathmandu, okay, for a few years, but I live in Pokhara now. Then you talk about your position or profession or status. Like it means, what do you do right now? Currently, what you are doing. So if you're a student, you can say, I'm a student. Or I can say, I'm a teacher, right? Or if you are a manager in a bank, I'm a manager in some bank, all right? You can name the bank. Or you can say, I work at, if you're working somewhere, for example, I work at a school in Leknath, right? Or I work in Diamond School. I work at a school in Leknath, or I work in Diamond, okay? Remember that. I work as an English teacher in Diamond, right? Then you talk about your qualifications. So what are the phrases you can say? For example, I'm a high school student. I'm a class 9 student. Or if you're in class 8, you can say I'm a class 8 student. I'm a SEE graduate. I'm a marketing graduate. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in music. I'm a BSc graduate. I'm about to graduate in 2 months. Or I'm about to graduate very soon. I'm a postgrad in BSc Science. Or I'm currently taking a course in cooking. I'm currently taking a course in computer science. Okay? Now, again, there are two types of qualifications people might have, theoretical and practical. So if it is theoretical qualification you're talking about, then you say, okay, I'm taking a course in computer science, I'm taking a course in mathematics, right? And if it is practical qualification you have or you are taking, practical means, some courses where you have to practically do it, like, for example, cooking. You have to go and start cooking immediately, all right? Pottery and jewelry making, things like that. I have a course, or I'm doing a course on cooking, on pottery, on jewelry making. Then you talk about experience. You say, I have 3, 4, or 10 years of experience in, teaching, in playing football, right? Or you can say, I have 3 years of sales experience. I have 3 years of singing experience, right? I've worked for 3 years, For example, I've worked in teaching field for 3 years, things like that. Then you talk about your family. Well, these are the common ways. You say, I have a brother or I have a sister. I have two brothers or two sisters. We live in a joint family. We are 5 in our family. Or I'm from a family of 5. Or I'm one of 5 siblings. You see, if you do not want to say 2 brothers, 3 sisters, all this, then you can say I'm one of 5 siblings if you have 5 brothers and sisters. Okay? Just that, because of siblings do not differentiate between genders. If you are only one, then you can say I'm an only child. Then you talk about hobbies. I like playing tennis, I like playing cricket, I like playing the guitar. I really like playing tennis. Okay? I enjoy football, or I really enjoy football. I'm a big fan of football. I'm a big fan of tennis. I'm a big fan of video games. Nowadays, everybody plays video games, right? I'm a keen tennis player. I'm a keen runner. I'm a keen guitar player. Keen means you're really interested in that. Then you talk about age, right? How do you talk about age? You say, normally we say, I'm this many years old. So I think most of you are 14 or 15. You say, I'm 14 years old. Okay? Years old. You can omit that. You can say, I'm 14, I'm 15, I'm 16. And if you do not want to say the number exactly how many years old you are, then you can say, I'm in my early teens or mid-teens or late teens. I'm in my early 20s. For example, for me, I'm in my mid-40s, right? Shh, don't tell anyone. Or I'm 20-something, or I'm 40-something English teacher, right? Or he or she, if you're introducing somebody else, you can say he or she is 20-something, 40-something college professor, right? So we can sum this up all in 7 categories for now. Greetings, then name, then location, then qualifications, then profession or status or experience, family, age, and hobbies. Now, if you want to add something more, you can add some fun facts about yourselves. You know, something interestingly, funnily related with you. If you can do something funny, very, very good at it. So I can dance like Michael Jackson. I know a lot of magic tricks, something like that. If you want to add, you can add that. All right? So all this you can use to introduce yourself. Now, if we go point by point like this, then it will sound, as if you have memorized or mugged. No, remember this. No matter what, it is always good to write it down if you know beforehand that you have to introduce yourself somewhere. So it will be good. Everybody does that, okay? It's good to write it down, but you should not sound like as if you had written it down and memorized it. Because when you do it, you should sound fluent, okay? So if you memorize it and say point by point, then you will sound like this. Good morning, I'm Mote Gurung. I'm from Leknath, Pokhara. I'm a major English grad. I teach English. I work in Diamond School. I've been teaching for about 20 years now. I like teaching and playing music. Now that's okay, but it sounds like as if you have mugged it down point by point. So what we need to do is we can, join them up and then group them up in small paragraphs or small groups so that you say all the points, all the things that's needed to be said, but sounds fluent and does not take too much time. Like, for example, good morning, I'm Moti Gurung from Leknath Pokhara. I'm a major English graduate and teach English in Diamond School for about 20 years now. And I like teaching and playing music very much. Something like that. So you can practice, okay? So look at, remember the points that we discussed in this video. Rewind it, go back, pause, and then write an introduction about yourself, okay? And put it down in the comments, and then do that in the exercise link which will be given under this video also. Till then, bye-bye.